Roman Shersher, your number one online resource for buying properties with your market update. We got a couple of interesting topics to go over today. We're going to go over a market snapshot and kind of what's happening in the market, real estate market, both here and throughout the country. We're going to go over what's going on with foreign buying purchases. So this year has seen a shift, a difference in the amount of purchases of residential properties throughout the country, and big differences in those changes. Big differences in those purchases this year. And, a lot of people think they understand what to do when you're already involved in an escrow. Today, I'm going to go over kind of a little bit of housekeeping work. I'm going to go over what not to do when you're involved in a purchase and before you're closing on a home. Okay. Seems like common knowledge. See a lot of issues and a lot of falling out escrows because people are doing some things that they thought would be okay without checking their lender, their realtor, without checking in with the people involved in their team to purchase the property. And so let's go over some of those today. All right. Remember, if you like this video, please make sure you hit the like button so I know to keep creating content and videos just like this. Our reach is getting pretty good. We get about 200 to 300 people that take a look at these videos or a portion of these videos every week that we do them. And so looking forward to continuing that trend. Let me know that you like it. Please hit the like button and also share it with your friends and family when you have a chance. All right, we got a couple of current projects that we're working on. We have buyers that are awesome, and they're about to close on a property in Cypress Park. This is the property where we beat out all the competition. Right now, not a lot of listings out there. Shortage of homes available on the open market for the amount of buyers that there are. We completely crushed and eliminated the competition with the strategies we used. If you're looking to buy a home, let us know. Let us help you. We can use those same techniques to save you potentially tens to hundreds of thousands of dollars, depending on the price range. All right. We're looking at a lot of fixers. We made a lot of offers on fixers. We're back in the buying mode. We're looking for our next project. If you know of any property that's about to be sold that in need of some work and repair, we typically pay more than the other cash investors out there. We have different options for those people, and well, our company's name is LA Value Max. So we try to help maximize the value for the seller. So if you know of anybody that's interested in selling their home, home needs a little work, maybe they're short on cash to do the renovations necessary, let us know. We can help. We can bring in the capital. We can, our expertise is what our clients find the most beneficial to help them fix up those properties before they sell the home, and we can help with that throughout the whole process. All right, lastly, we got a listing coming up in Corbin Palms. That's roughly the North Tarzana area, and this is a beautiful updated home. They completely renovated the whole home. It's a 4-bedroom, 3-bath home, plus they're building a full 950, I want to say 970 square foot ADU in the back. It's going to be 2-bedroom, 2-bath, beautiful ADU. Both properties are going to have a small yard. Both properties are going to have closed-in parking. It's a great situation. Wonderful cash flow that this will generate if you're looking for that type of property. All right, to anyone watching on Instagram, be sure you head over to Facebook and YouTube after this to check out the links and the slides to the content I'm about to go over today. Remember, this is not opinion. I give you straight data and content based on what's going on in the industry. Let's jump right into it. All right. First thing I want to go over is kind of what's going on. California Association of Realtors released some data in terms of what's happening. You'll know information here on what's happening in California in terms of August, where we're at in terms of closed sales, how many listings we're doing, and what do you think realtors will have. What realtors think will happen in the market. They think that sales will continue to climb. Only 21% of realtors think that sales will continue to climb because of the low and tight inventory. All right. Mortgage rates are what's really hurting us, right? So they're staying very close to their highest levels after the Fed announced another rate hike in late July. They went up. They came down a little bit. They've gone back up. I'll show you what those mortgage rates look like. They're higher now than they were 2 weeks ago. And it's really affecting the sentiment of the people out there. home buyer sentiment is is a very important factor in terms of where you see pricing going. People are right now slowly uh, their sentiment low. Low housing and housing affordability, tight supply. They take a toll on home buyers because the prices are high, but we still have a shortage. And so, even though prices are high, home sentiment is low, we're still seeing multiple offers and offers that are coming in well above the list price. Now, wages in the economy are continuing to grow well above pre-pandemic levels. That's one of the factors that the Fed is looking at to determine if they're going to continue to raise interest rates. So because of that, the rates will remain high. We're seeing that cool down slightly, but over the rest of the third quarter, we feel that the rates are going to stay high. California Association of Realtors feels that the rates will continue to stay high and gradually come down towards the winter season. And when and if they come down towards the winter season, we're going to see sales pick up in the fourth quarter as the rates begin to start declining. People have been predicting that the rates are going to decline towards the end of the year for about 6 months now. They thought also the Fed rate hike was done, and then they raised rates another quarter point back in July. So we will see what happens based on the economic data. But one thing we know, rates will eventually come down, and when they do, we're going to have more buyers come into the pool, and with the small amount of inventory, you're going to see even higher price increases. So I know that sentiment is low, but trust me when I tell you, there's nothing that shows that there's any type of pullback in prices coming up. So if you estimate what the price increase will be based on the increase in the price just from the last 2 months, it shows approximately an annualized rate of increase of 9%, which means that if you have a property that you want today that's $1 million, a year from now it's going to be worth $1,090,000, and so you're going to be paying $90,000 more for it. So work with someone that knows how to get to the best pricing today before the prices continue to climb, and try to get in today if you have the ability to do so. All right. I also wanted to talk briefly about foreign home purchases. So higher borrowing costs and the lower housing inventory, it continued to put a dent in international home sale transactions between April of last year and March of this year. We've seen a drop of 14.2%. That's a very significant drop, nearly 15% drop from the prior year to 84,600 units in terms of foreign buyers buying that many units of housing in the United States market. And it's the fewest number of homes bought since 2009. Now, California remained one of the top 3 destinations. So foreign buyers of the top 3 destinations are going for. California is one of the top 3. So we're still seeing those purchases here in our local backyard, but not nearly where they were. Now, what the California Association of Realtors is expecting is that they're expecting this to improve next year. And as the traveling recovers, foreign transactions will hopefully bounce back next year. We're hoping that we'll see more come to market, but the housing inventory tightness, the interest rates, and the costs are what's keeping the foreign buyers from buying as much as they did last year in our market. All right, let's move on. Let's talk about something that seems commonplace and common knowledge, but we're seeing still a lot of changes and a lot of cancellations because people are changing what's happening to their circumstances within their escrow. So let's say you're out there, we finally get an offer accepted. Here's the things that you should not do during the escrow period before you close. Something that can affect or even cancel your sale. And if you're already past your contingency periods, you could lose your deposit altogether. All right. Number one, do not make a large purchase. Seems commonplace, but you provided information to your lender on exactly what your financial picture is. If you go out and buy a car, that increases your debt load and your ratios will get all messed up. And all of a sudden your purchasing power decreases. So you probably pushing on your limits in terms of what you're able to buy, because today prices are high. And so you go out there and make one big purchase, and that could tank your whole purchase or lower your purchasing power significantly. If you add a $500 vehicle and all the costs that involved on a monthly basis, you may change your purchasing power from 1 million down to 800,000 like this with one purchase. So do not make a big purchase, and that includes furniture, that includes anything that requires a loan, anything that has interest that you're going to pay, anything that has to do with pulling a credit. Do not do that. Do not open a new line of credit. Don't take advantage of a new offering of a credit card, line of credit, an equity line on another property. This will affect your credit score. If your credit score is not the same or better than when you started the loan application, you may get pushed down to a higher rate, pushed up to a higher rate, or get the approval completely canceled altogether. Okay, next, if you're going to do a career change, don't do it while you're in escrow. Wait until you close on the property. Seems commonplace, but you'd be surprised. One of the things that the lenders look for is a certain career history, employment history. You typically have to be in your place of employment for a year to 2 minimum in order to get this loan. If you change jobs within the escrow period, you reset that time frame, and you can completely get disqualified from your loan. And like I said, if you're late in the escrow period and if you release your contingencies, you can lose your deposit, which is very significant here in Southern California. Our deposits are anywhere from 30,000 to hundreds of thousands. All right. Next, don't disrupt the timeline. Make sure that you're getting all your documents back quickly. You typically, if you're already locked into a rate with your mortgage lender, you have only a time period with which you can close within that rate period in order to save that rate. I have currently our buyers in Cypress Park have a rate lock. And we took a long time during our inspection period because we found something that we didn't like with the house. And their rate lock is, we're coming towards the end of it, and absolutely rates have increased. So if we bump out of this rate lock, their price will go up for their monthly payments. It will affect our ratios and could really put the whole transaction in jeopardy. So try to stay within your timelines. If you have a good realtor, if you have someone that's driving this train for you, then they'll make sure we stay on time. I'm the one driving the train with my clients all the time, driving this bus, and I'll know when to get off, how much time we could spend on every process, where we can maximize. So, for example, during inspection period, that's when we want to maximize what we get returned. We want to make sure we do a thorough inspection, make sure we get as much of everything paid for by the seller as possible. There we want to take some time, but everything else we want to hurry and get through quickly so we're not disrupting the timeline. And number 5 is kind of similar to the credit line discussion, is do not take out a personal loan, whether it's through a lender, through someone. If there is, you have to disclose if you have any additional debt that was not on the loan, and you do not want to commit mortgage fraud. You want to provide them with all of the information that's important and relevant that they're asking for, so they can make their own good decision. You do not want to mess up the credit score and the debt to income ratio. So don't take out any loans. Don't take out any line of credits. Don't take out any more debt during this process. You need to do so. Wait until you close on the property. The very next day, you can go ahead and do it and take out a personal loan. A lot of people do, actually. They get a new credit card to buy the furniture, maybe a 12-month interest-free type of debt situation, so they can buy the furniture, the appliances, and whatever else they want to put into their new home. Wait until you're done. Don't do it before you close. All right, let's take a look at what the mortgage rates are doing. Like I said, I would provide you with those rates. So last 2 weeks ago when we did this, the 30-year fix was 7.12. It's now climbed to 7.14. The 15-year fix was 6.45. As you can see, it's now 6.48. So it's gone up 3 to 4 basis points on each one of these loans. The 30-year jumbo was 7.10. It's now 7.15. The 5/1 ARM was 7.04. It now has actually declined a little bit to 7 even. The 5/1 ARM. The FHA was 6.8, stayed the same, and the VA has stayed the same as well at 6.82%. All right, let's go back here. Every week we try to give you a quote. The quote this week is by Eleanor Roosevelt. You must do the thing you think you cannot do. The opposite of growth is staying within that comfort zone. So continue to grow, continue to learn, continue to be pushed beyond your limits. You must do the thing you think you cannot do. Eleanor Roosevelt, wife of former President FDR. All right. Thank you guys for spending the time with us. I hope every week that I provide you this information, that it's relevant, gives you an overall snapshot of what's going on in the real estate market here in the United States and specifically here in California. Remember, check out the links to the content on my Facebook or YouTube page. I give you direct content with data. I try to avoid opinion at all costs. Or on my YouTube page, you can check out the links there. If you like this video, please make sure you hit the like button so I know to keep creating this content. Our reach is expanding. I appreciate you all for staying in here, and hope you have a great weekend. This is Roman Shersher, your #1 online resource for buying property.